Dear students, very good afternoon to all of you. In our computer class, today we are going to learn about content technology. This is the last point of your unit first. Okay. In content technology, we will understand about what is data, what is information, and what is the difference between them, and what is multimedia. Okay. So let's start. Please keep your computer book during this class. Yes, first of all, data and information. Data refers to a collection of numbers, characters, symbols, images which can be processed by a computer, and after processing data it will be converted into information. Yes student, as we know that computer is an electronic machine and it takes input from the users and provides its output. After processing it provides output or result. So this output or result can be called as the information. Okay. And which inputs that we are giving into a system is called the data. So after processing data it will be converted into a meaningful information. Okay. In simple ways we can say that data is unstructured and carries no meaning in its raw form. Okay. Data can be a raw facts. Okay. And that can be a collection of numbers, characters, symbols and images. Okay. Which can be processed by system or computer, but it must be processed and interpreted to extract meaningful information. Okay, students, without processing or without interpreted, data is nothing. Okay, but to extract the meaningful information from this data we have to process it and we have to interpret it. Okay, now what is the difference between data and information? This is very important point. Data can be a facts statics that is used for reference or analysis. Means data can be raw facts that can be stored for some purpose or for some analysis purpose. Okay. Or while knowledge derived from the study, experience or instructions. Information can be defined as a knowledge or meaningful information that can be derived from the study, experience or instructions from the data. Okay, and data are the numbers, characters, symbols, images which can be processed by a computer. But information is a communication of intelligence. Yes, it is a communication of intelligence because knowledge is derived from the data and which is very meaningful. And now data is interpreted by the human or a machine to derive its meaning. Means each data have to be interpreted or processed by a system or by a human to derive its meaning, to derive its meaningful information. Okay, and the meaningful output which we get after processing the data is called the information. Yes, let me take an example. For example, in a field of marks, there are some values like 67, 88, 90 and 77. These values are considered as a data. But in other hand, if we relate these marks with the boy whose name is Rohit and which is a student of class 9 who has scored 67 in English, 88 in maths, 90 in physics and 77 in chemistry, then it will become a meaningful information. Okay, because if we see this type of information or this type of data, then we don't know nothing, we don't understand this data, it is unstructured. Okay, but when we relate these marks to a students and who have scored in which subject, then it become information. So we can say that data is unstructured but information is very meaningful and structured. Okay, and the main difference is the level of abstraction. Abstraction means absence of mind. Yes, while data is the lowest level of abstraction and information is the next level of abstraction. Okay, so this is the basic difference. This is the basic difference between data and information. So you can revise it from your book also. Now, what is multimedia? Yes, multimedia is very simple. We can break this word into two words. by multi and media, or we can say that multiple media. That means multimedia is a combination of different types of media like text, audio, graphics, animation, videos to convey information. It involves the usage of computers and smart devices. Students, today we are studying online, so we are generally uses many kind of multimedia applications, and we are generally uses multiple kind of multimedia elements like audios, like videos, like PDF, okay, and like animation videos also, okay. So these are the parts of multimedia elements, and multimedia enhance the user's experience and result in easier and faster understanding of information. Because if we are using a multimedia program or application or multimedia element, then the information can be easy to understand by any person, okay. Because multimedia include many kind of graphics, sound or videos and animation, so it will very easy to understand by these videos and by this animation, okay. So multimedia is very important in our daily life, and today we are online study. So the concept of multimedia is present in many facts of life, okay, and multimedia can be termed as the combination of different type of medias like text, audio, graphics, animation and videos. And students, we know that multimedia is very important for conveying some kind of information or some kind of explanation, okay, because when we are using a PowerPoint presentation, so we are using some multimedia things like multimedia elements like audio, like videos, like graphics, so it will be very easy to understand by this multimedia programs, okay. So multimedia formats. Multimedia elements are stored in the media files, and to find its type we have to discover its file format. Students, every file have its formats, okay. So multimedia file have its own formats, like a web page that uses multimedia elements, because we know that every web pages can be include graphics, sound, animation, videos. So it includes some extension like .htm or .html, okay. It will assume that the file is in HTML document. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is used to create a web pages, okay, that is identified by your web browsers. Similarly, picture format uses extension like .gif, .jpeg, okay, and audio sound uses extension like .mp3, and video uses extension like .mp4, .mpeg, okay. You can see its full name into your book, and these are the extension of sound files and web files, okay. And there are many multimedia application programs that we commonly use into our computer, like video player, sound recorder, image viewer, MS PowerPoint, or typing software. There are many kinds of multimedia software, and if we are playing games, that is also a part of multimedia programs, okay. And today we are using many kinds of Android or iPhone applications for gaming and other purpose that are being used into our smart devices like tablet, like smartphones. So that is also part of multimedia application. So nowadays it become very popular to use multimedia application, and there are many kind of platforms there where you can easily find that type of softwares and applications, okay. Now next, what is multimedia elements? Students, we know that there are many kinds of multimedia elements that include text, graphics, sound, videos and animation. And by using this element, we can easily create a meaningful information to convey somebody, okay. So first of all, text. Students, please see into your book. Text is perhaps the most fundamental element of any multimedia project. We can use applications to compose or edit the text. Text-based information can be also gathered from CDs or internet. Yes, if we are working on a presentation, then we can also copy a text from the internet, and we can also designing or composing or editing your own text on the application. So this is a part of multimedia. This is the element of multimedia. Next is graphics. Graphics can be incorporated into a multimedia project in the form of photographs or design. Graphics images can be imported from a variety of resources such as internet, digital camera, scanners, or resources, CDs such as Mania 12,000. Okay, so we can understand that we can also use the graphics element in our multimedia application or our information or data. Okay, so graphics makes very easier to learn for the students. Okay, you know that in the play school there are some small children and they are learning by using graphics like projector, like animation videos. Okay, next one is sound. Sound can be added to a multimedia presentation from a variety of sources. Original sound can be recorded using a microphone along with the special programs such as Hyper Studio, Movie Maker or Sound Smart. Yes, you can also add a sound multimedia element into your presentation, and you can also record your own sound by using microphone. Okay, or you can download it any kind of sound. Today we are working on an Android application where we can create some slideshow that will include some background music. So this background music can be included by our gallery or library, or you can also download it from the internet. Okay, next one is video. Moving any images or videos can be incorporated into a multimedia project in the form of QuickTime movies. QuickTime Pro, Hyper Studio and Movie Maker can be used with a camcorder or VCR to create or edit QuickTime movies. There are some software for editing your videos like video compression, video editing tools. They are the types of multimedia applications. Okay, and we can also use the videos to express some kind of information or to express some kind of social message. Okay, so with the use of this multimedia elements, we can easily convey some social message to our society, or we can also present some kind of knowledgeful information to the students. Okay, now last one is animation. Graphics that contain movements are often referred as animation. Animation files can be downloaded from the internet in the form of animated GIF files and with the QuickTime Pro. There are some graphics images that are in animated form. Like if you see the .gif format image, will be the animated image that you can include into your web page, that you can include into your presentation also. So these are the animated graphics that makes an interactive approach for your presentation, and it is very good looking to use this type of animated images into your web page. Okay, it becomes very attractive and it looks very decent to your web page. Okay, now let me talk about application of multimedia. As you can see that today we are using many kinds of application of multimedia. So first of all, entertainment and fine arts. Yes, multimedia is widely used in the entertainment industry, because when we are playing some games, when we are watching movies, or we are seeing any kind of animation, that will be done by the entertainment of multimedia application. Okay, and it can be displayed as an art gallery or digital recording materials. So it can be used in the fine art technology. Okay, next one is education. As you know, today we are studying online and we are using many kinds of multimedia elements, like in the form of video lecture, in the form of audio lecture or PDF files. Okay, so these are the applications of multimedia that we are using into education industry. That is next is journalism. Yes, newspapers, companies all over the world are trying to embrace the new phenomena of multimedia technology by implementing its practices in their work. News reporting is not limited to traditional media outlets. Freelance journalists can make use of different type of media to produce multimedia pieces for their news stories. Yes, today we are using many kinds of e-paper, okay, e-newspaper, or every news channel has its own application where we can see the live updates about some news, and we can also read all the newspapers in electronic form on your smartphone. Okay, so this is the basic difference between traditional and today's computerized technology. Okay, so this will be done by the multimedia application. Okay, next one is engineering. Software engineers use multimedia and computer simulations for entertainment and industrial training. Multimedia is used to design software interface which can be used for creative professionals and software engineers. Yes, multimedia applications are used in the software industry because it will be helpful. Okay, it will be very helpful for providing effective software training to the freshers or training. Okay, for example, if scientists can look at a molecular models of a particular substance and manipulate it to arrive at a new substance. Yes, it will be used in the scientific purpose, or you can see in the many kinds of aircrafting simulation we are using some multimedia application. Okay. Now next one is industry. In the industrial sector, multimedia is used to present important information to the shareholder, superiors and co-workers. Okay, and multimedia is also helpful in providing employees training. Other industrial segments such as marketing, branding, positioning use multimedia to redefine the traditional approach of their respective business. So we can say that multimedia applications is also used in industries, okay, for providing employees training and other industrial segments. And last, that is medicine. In medical sector, doctors can be trained by showing virtual surgeries, and they can also simulate how the human body is affected by disease spread through virus and bacteria, and then develop techniques to prevent them. So this is very helpful part in our life, and generally multimedia can be used in these applications that are given into your book very briefly. You can also revise these points from your book. And students, in our digital world or digital India, yes, digital India, that is fully based on the multimedia, because multimedia involves the uses of computer, uses of smart devices. Today, all of the mostly person are using smartphones. Okay, we have a laptop, we have a computer, we have a tablet at your home. Why? Because everything is possible by using this multimedia. Okay, so it will be used both personal purpose at your home and both your business or both your professional purpose. Okay, so this is all about multimedia. This is the very short and brief explanation about that. You can easily learn about that from your book, and you can also search many kinds of multimedia programs or multimedia elements related terms from the internet also. So I hope you will understand these points. Okay, now students, thanks, and for your homework, kindly revise all explained points of today's class from your book, and also prepare short notes of that into your computer copy. Okay, and students, if you have any doubts, then feel free to ask me. So we have complete unit first today, and in our next class we will start unit second, that is information processing tool, in which we will learn about operating system. Okay, and kindly complete your computer notes for unit first. Okay, you have to complete all your notes for unit first that we explained in the classes, and also you have to complete unsolved question answer of lesson 1 to 4 that I gave previously. Okay, and I will give unsolved question answer of lesson 5 soon. Okay, till stay safe and healthy. Have a nice day, and please, apart from your book, You have to search about all the points to learn it very clearly and more briefly. Okay, students, thanks.